out.
Well, we got some call-em-outs here. One thing is, to me, looking at the Diddy verdict. How do you feel about that? Because everything we talked about right before the Diddy verdict happened, our last show was the Friday right before last week, and they hadn't had the verdict come down yet. And honestly, I think we kind of called it. It's exactly what I thought. They did not land any of the big charges like the RICO. They got him on the 2 smaller charges. And I've seen now where he could be doing under 5 years, which is one of the things we had said. I think he can get as much as 20, but I don't know that he's going to get that. It just seems like they really blew the Diddy case. I was afraid they were going to do it, and they did it.
Was it because they just went too soon? They went too hard into the paint and didn't have enough?
Yeah, they couldn't back up what they charged him with, and that's what a lot of people were saying. But everybody's like, oh, the Southern District in New York, they never miss, man. They always get their man. I was like, I don't know. We'll see.
They didn't really have, they didn't have the people closest to Diddy turn on Diddy. That was the problem.
I just didn't even know what
the people that know all the real secrets didn't testify. That's what your problem is.
I was so underwhelmed with everything. I kept waiting for, I'm like, okay, when are they going to get into something that really feels like it's going to stick, and nothing they ever got to, and really didn't. So I guess we'll see. In fact, they were saying that he got a standing ovation from fellow inmates.
Ugh.
Because they're like, yeah, all right, man, he beat the man, and this is great, and he was pumped. I guess he's very excited. Everybody inside the prison cell was very excited and happy for Diddy. He's going to be locked up until his sentencing, which doesn't happen until October, so it's not like he's,
they're trying to move it up. So it was supposed to happen in October, but his lawyers are meeting with the judge via Zoom tomorrow. They're trying to move it up.
Probably will. Yeah, and they said he could face up to 20 years, but some people are saying he might be out in a year or two.
There's no way he'll face 20 years.
I would say it's an L. I'd say they took a swing and they whiffed.
The only thing that happened good was the judge denied bail, even though Diddy, they were clamoring. They were like, we'll put his house up, surrender his passports, this, that. We will put up all his houses. Please let him out on bail. And the judge said no, because the judge got a bunch of letters from people that had worked for him and said, look, please do not let him out on bail to await sentencing, because we fear for our safety.
Sure.
And the judge said, you know what? I fear for your safety as well. And Cassie.
Whatever happened to Jaguar Wright? Remember, she was just chirping and saying this and saying that. And she had a lot of big claims. Were those...
She's been very quiet. I haven't seen any videos from her, so I don't even know.
She might be dead.
Yeah.
That would be one person. I would be.
Can we do a welfare check on her?
If I was her, I would be afraid.
There's quite a few people that need to be afraid. A bodyguard already went overseas. He's afraid. He's terrified because of what he said. There's so many people now that are just horrified that they never should have testified. They never should have told what happened, because he's going to get away with it anyway. And now he's going to come out vindicated and looking for retribution.
Yeah, absolutely. So, yeah, I would say that's a big L. So that, to me, is a call them out. I wanted to wait until they did it, but I got to call it the Southern District of New York, because I think they kind of blew the Diddy case.
The only thing that could happen is maybe the judge could give him the maximum for both the things he was charged guilty with, because the judge is like, look, the jury got it wrong. I'm going to do it right.
I don't know. We'll see what happens.
Maybe he comes out with a book, If I Did Do It.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Got this from Christine. She said, kudos to the chucklehead that decided to blow off a bunch of fireworks this morning at 12:15 a.m. This happened. This might be Denny's neighborhood, the Lakeside Green in West Palm.
We've talked about that before, where you got to be hashtag so be cool when it comes to, I would say, by the 6th, you shouldn't be doing that late.
To me, the absolute cutoff is 10 p.m. You can't do anything. If you do, you're a rude jerk, and it probably should be 9. Virginia's making a face over there. What time are you letting off your fireworks, Virginia?
10:30.
Well, look, I don't care.
We had to work. We had to work on the 4th of July. So after the fireworks in Port St. Lucie, we raced home to set off our fireworks in the yard, because Rocco loves them. And, I'd been into the sippy by then quite a bit. So I was like, 10:30, who cares? cares? Blow them up.
Look, 4th of July.
My driveway looked like a war zone. There's so much gunpowder on my driveway.
I think you should be allowed to do it on 4th of July. I mean, it's July 6th now, and people are lighting them off at 11 p. You're going, dude, it's 2 days later.
I agree with you on that.
Go.
Yeah. I think only on July 4th, only on New Year's Eve.
4th, I'm not mad if you're going late. It is what it is. I am mad on July 6th.
I'm sure a couple of my neighbors were like, that bitch.
Oh, yeah. With or without those.
Because I'm not just out there with the fireworks, it's also the voice.
Yeah.
Which echoes.
Were you cranking your music or no music?
No music this time.
Okay, all right. You're making improvements.
I didn't have time to get it all set up.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it's too much.
Am I the only one that just finds bottle rockets so uneasy?
I don't know. I like them.
They got such a mind of their own.
I just enjoy them.
There's a TikToker named Kiki that is getting called out for bragging about how she has a scam she runs on DoorDash delivery, saying that the food never arrives and then snagging all these $50 credits. So she tells people it's easy to do. You should do it yourself.
All I did was told them that I didn't get my items. Well, I got $50 back. Free food. I love that. I love to eat. When y'all order a big ass order on DoorDash, baby, get your money back.
Okay, there you go.
It's terrible. I've seen somebody.
So terrible because the driver gets punished.
Yeah, some of them get fired.
They get
do.
fired and they don't get a tip and they get in trouble. And, it's not a victimless crime, lady.
No, it's not.
There's an awesome video where the Uber Eats driver, goes into where the woman's working at. It looked like a hospital, and he goes, You just tried to take all this money and all this food off of my order, and I'm going to get in trouble. So I don't want to get fired, lady. He had the camera on her. People are watching. He called her out bad, and she had her head in shame.
Good, as she's eating the donut that she says she didn't get.
She's like putting away the wrapper.
That's cold because you are hurting the driver. You're not hurting DoorDash. You're hurting the driver.
Mm-hmm. Of course.
Yeah.
It's stealing.
Now, I kind of like this one. I got to call this out in a good way. In Tennessee, they say that teens could lose their driver's license if they are caught bullying someone.
A lot of these cases won't go to trial. They'll wind up getting resolved. Basically, if you're convicted of this, your license is going to be suspended for the year. You can get a limited license, but you're going to be stuck with that 1-year suspension.
Okay.
Dang, it puts you on restriction. They're grounding you.
I kind of like that.
I do too.
It's good. Yeah, there should be repercussions for doing that kind of stuff. Mr. Lem, they went to the Marlins games. They went to the one on Friday, the 4th. That was against the Brewers, where the Marlins, of course, had a soul-crushing defeat, 6-5 right at the end. They said we had military appreciation tickets. We got some jerseys. Vet Tix is the way to go. But the call them out part is the contestants in the hot dog eating contest at the end of the game, there was a 4-way tie with 2 hot dogs. 2?
What? You can't have anything with 2 hot dogs.
The winner won on a tiebreaker, so the official count was 3.
That's why you have to have more food and let it go longer. We've learned this.
Yeah.
You can't, because you need to have spacing between the contestants and separate the real ones from the ones that are just up there to eat.
Right.
Oh, yeah. We've learned many hard lessons. Me and Virginia were in a chili cook-off, and people started yelling at us because we ran out of chili 20 minutes into the event.
That's not true.
It felt like it.
Whatever. I got updates for you, by the way.
About what?
The chili cook-off.
Oh, Kevin.
Okay. What are the updates?
Are you ready for it? You ready to go bigger, better,
No.
harder, faster?
I have not.
More chili, more tears, more sadness.
Fine.
We're not doing it.
We're not doing it.
We're not doing it.
We're out.
We're out.
Okay.
It's the same weekend as the Feast of Little Italy. Every 4 years, because they do the chili cook-off on Veterans Day, and because of how the calendar runs, every 4 years, veterans will run on the Feast of Little Italy, and that's the same day as the chili cook-off. So we are loyal to the Feast of Little Italy.
She entered us in the linguine contest now.
Yeah. Now you have to eat a whole bowl of linguine.
You're in the lasagna eating contest. Yep. So there they are, the fam at the Marlins game. Mr. Lem, thank you for that. Also got a nice family photo here in the smallest font possible. Rita sent this in. My kiddo, Sophia, won Denny's or Animal last week and got hooked up with tickets to Drive Shack. We utilized them this weekend, had an awesome family outing. There's the family there at the Drive Shack.
I love that.
Taking photos with some of the cool artwork that they got in there.
Aw.
Very nice. And Nanuette is just one of the people that sent us an email about the Snack Pack show at Tradition over the weekend. Her son Aiden had so much fun. Thank you for taking a photo with him.
Aww.
There's Aiden, Virginia.
I remember him, yes.
He's adorable.
He is.
Yep. And there's Aiden with the bird.
Nice.
And also a shout out that we got in here today. Another photo that you guys took with Chase at Tradition, and there's the photo with Virginia.
Can somebody find out who the man was? Because he deserved MVP. Kevin, there was a couple things that happened at the Snack Pack show. First of all, a Port St. Lucie police officer got on stage during Flat Top Cop and danced with us, which was awesome.
Wow, okay.
That was amazing.
That was real. I look back and the cop, the police officer, who was so super cool, by the way.
So cool. And then he got off the stage and all the other cops were high-fiving him.
It was really, really cool. And do you know that one song I do when I drink a bunch of mayonnaise?
Yeah.
So I went really big just eating all this mayonnaise.
Girl, we know you go big.
And I threw the mayo bottle in the audience, and this dude caught it. I go, just so you know, I'm not faking the funk. Let people know that's real. He took the mayo and chugged it himself.
No way, really?
And I got
That's
the whole
impressive.
thing on video that I'm dropping today, but that guy was the MVP, man.
Thank you so much to Tradition for having us up there. They throw a great party. They really do a great job with their festivals for their community, and we were just having so much fun up there.
Yeah, that was probably the most fun Snack Pack show we ever had, to be quite honest with you.
Seamless,
That's cool, yeah.
easy. They run a great production up there.
Also, shout out to Shakira. She committed a portion of her San Antonio concert proceeds to the Catholic Charities of San Antonio to aid the flood relief.
Yes.
Just unbelievable. If you've seen any of the footage that happened in those flash floods in Texas, at least 82 people have died now in central Texas and Texas Hill Country. A lot of those fatalities happened in Kerr County. 38 adults, 28 children, 18 adults, and 4 children yet to be identified. 10 individuals, including campers from Camp Mystic, are still missing. Trying to find them. They got search and rescue going on right now. It's just insane to see the time-lapse video of the river, Guadalupe River, and what it did and how fast that flood came on. It was insane. So good to Shakira for doing that. Nice little positive thing.